Howdy. Gonna give it a minute or two to see if anybody joins, and I'm gonna jump into these topics. I have a whole bunch of emails building up, and I really need to deal with it. I mean, so many that I've lost track of my flags and everything, so it's time to, get on this. Uh, that all makes a lot of sense. Welcome, dog haters, dorks, friends, family, community, whoever the hell's here. We're going to start off by a message I received from Tarcisia that has, it's from, I believe, that app. It is from Nextdoor, where all the neighbors get to talking. And this person says, a dog bite. This morning I was bitten by an off-leash German Shepherd. I see these dogs often and have asked the owner to hold the leashes. The dogs run free down Pioneer Road toward Alexander. He's been verbally abusive to me, and today showed no concern that his dog bit me. I was bleeding and visually upset, and my dog is now scared. I called animal control and will file a bite report. I will also file a police report. I know the neighborhood where the man lives, and I'll make sure this does not happen again. I'm glad it wasn't a child walking to school. He is located not far from an elementary school. I want to thank the people who came to my aid. I unfortunately don't know your names, but we see each other often while walking. Also, thank you to the man on the bicycle who tried to track down the man with his dogs and stayed with me while I calmed down. And a big F you to the man in the white van who looked at me and shrugged as he drove off. Get that from a lot of people. A lot of people just don't give a shit. We know how that goes. Hey, Joseph, I will be, cool. Tarcisia, I was just covering your Nextdoor. I will, Joseph, I will make sure and cover your thing. I didn't know even how many people would show up, to be honest. I have so many emails compiling. I've got to deal with them and get them out there. So a lot of people watch the lives later. Of course, Tarcisia, my pleasure. Sorry it took me so long to get to it. A lot of people don't watch these lives until way later on down the line. I still have a lot of work to get to this week, so I'm going to do the best that I can. But there were a couple stories I wanted to get into. And so now that we've covered that, let's get into this story I was looking for last week. It was the other day, pissing me off that I couldn't find. Okay, this came from June 23rd. Not too old. It's a terrible story, though, that pissed me off, so I thought I would share it with you guys. King of the peacocks dies after a dog attack. Of course, because they can't stop killing every fucking thing. This came from the BBC News. Dog walkers are being urged to stick to safety rules after a peacock was fatally savaged in Nottinghamshire. Arthur, an 8-year-old bird who lived at Newstead Abbey, was attacked by a dog on Sunday. And this, like I said, in June. After being taken to the vet, his injuries were judged so severe that he had to be put down. The estate's site manager said the death serves as a stark reminder of the importance of keeping the dogs on the leads, which is a leash. Arthur had lived his whole life on the grounds of the Newstead Abbey, the ancestral home of a notorious poet, Lord Byron, who now owned by Nottingham City Council. Writer and gardener Arthur Parkinson, who brought him to the Abbey, said it was barbarous for the dog owner to leave Arthur to die on the lawn. So they just left. That's how they roll, unfortunately. He said, "How could you leave such a beautiful animal to die in pain?" Honey, they do it to people. Arthur was sort of the king of the peacocks of the Abbey. He'd always be by the gift shop or at the cafe courtyard. He was very fond of cake and fond of visitors taking his photograph. He was all over Instagram and the Abbey's social media. So, peacocks were first introduced to the Newstead by a Wildman family more than 200 years ago, while Lord Byron also kept peacocks as pets while living in Italy. The manager for the Newstead Abbey said the peacocks are our most famous residents among a host of wildlife at the grounds. Not you keep letting these dogs in. Arthur will be sadly missed by us all. For the safety of our wildlife and visitors, we are working with the RSPCA to appeal for any information about this incident. They called the attack a tragedy and said they're trying to trace the dog owner. As usual, these people commit these atrocities and allow their dogs to attack and kill anything that they want, and then they just run off. Means nothing to them. So, rest in peace, old Arthur the peacock. Fucking terrible the way they treat things. So here we go. Let's see. Hey, I'm all on my own today too, so no mods. That's one of the reasons I didn't send any warning messages. I didn't want to pressure anybody, and a lot of my mods, hey Gabriel, good evening. A lot of my mods have to be up early in the morning, so if I told them I was going live, they'd be like, oh shit, let me get up. No, I can mod my own damn channel. No big deal. And besides, if it was an issue, I would emergency mod someone, right? So we'll live. Mostly, like I said, a lot of people watch these live streams after they're done. And this is just to get some of these emails off my chest. There's so many of them. So I'm going to go ahead and mark some of these. All right, so I don't mess this up because it's just many. Ah, jeez. Oh, boy, I think this is a catch-up. An update. Let's catch up. The young boy that was hospitalized after being attacked by a dog at the Adelaide playground. This was from September 7th of 2021, so just not long ago. Police are searching for a man who
stitches, cuts, and a swollen face. This is the bad.
Say, past that. Police are searching for a man who allegedly ran from an Adelaide playground after his dog attacked a 4-year-old boy, leaving him needing surgery. As usual, they run off. And they'll go keep the dog. I'll never understand that logic. Never. Tyler Voice was with his mother and siblings at the playground just after 4 when the attack occurred. According to police, a man walked past them with 2 Kelpie blue heeler dogs. The woman asked if they could pet the dogs. He allegedly went to pet one who was on a leash. The other dog was not, and bit the boy in the face. You could literally see his teeth through the actual lip. The man allegedly picked up both dogs and ran off. Surprise. A couple minutes later, she says, dog latched on her face. They disappeared. And of course, in the ads on this story, there is a picture of the ugliest fucking pit bulls I've ever seen. Just the ugliest damn things. I take it as pretty cowardice walking away. You'd at least stay until somebody came and helped. Someone snapped a picture of the guy. Tyler spent the night at the Women's Children's Hospital. He may also have permanent damage and scarring. I thought there was an update in this, but I'm not seeing it, so we're just going to move on because I know we had covered this story in the past, and we'll just keep... Hey, Chef. It's my stepdaughter. Hey, there's a mod. It's Isabel. Hey, Isabel. All right, so let's keep covering this stuff. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff to cover, and I just got to get this shit done. Too many emails adding up. It's getting out of hand, so we're on into the rest of it. Oh, Denver's having a sidewalk shitting problem, okay? Apparently, a bunch of people are talking about it on Reddit and a few other places that there's just dog shit everywhere and people are blaming all different kinds of things. I just blame dogs and the fact that they even have the fucking things in the first place. Obviously, let's see. All right, did that one. All right, now we can start at the top here. This one's from Joseph. Joseph is here. He sent me a Petco ad that he wanted me to rip apart. And he said, this is an email I received today, and you can explain why Petco is wrong about this statement in your next live stream, please. Well, Joseph, here we are. Petco, help your dog navigate social anxiety. Oh boy, guys, this is important stuff. Gotta navigate that social anxiety. All right, so spot signs of social anxiety, like trembling, hiding, escape attempts, destructive behavior, reduced activity, self-harm. Let's start at the beginning. Trembling. I've seen them tremble with anticipation when they're attacking something. I've seen them tremble with anticipation when ready for food. I've seen these things just shake and drool and tremble no matter what. So, I don't think that's really a great sign of anxiety. But hey, whatever. This person's going to take this ad and go, I got to go get my dog on some doggy Xanax. He's nervous. Hiding? Oh, Jesus Christ. If you got a dog that's so genetically defunct that it's hiding all over the house, just put that thing out of its misery for its own damn good. But no, they'll defang and neuter and do all this barbaric bullshit to these things to keep them around. I'll never understand. Escape attempts. I know plenty of dogs that aren't anxious that do nothing but escape. Okay, so I'm not trying to hear it. Destructive behavior is a sign of anxiety. I would just call that a sign of destructive behavior and more proof that these things are stupid pieces of shit that can't fucking function, but that's just me. Reduced activity, maybe your dog's just fat and stupid. You know, maybe he's just laying there. He's non-rent paying piece of shit anyways. What's it matter? And self-harm, what's Fluffy got, a razor blade? Did he swallow a bottle of pills? Is he an alcoholic? I mean, what's going on? If you notice these symptoms or other sudden changes in your dog's behavior, schedule an appointment with your vet. See, that's what they really want to say. Give us money. Okay? Give us money. Jeez, these people. Help curb social anxiety with the right tools. Okay? So, of course, they've got a shop now, right there. So it's like, buy stuff from us. It's all about money. Encourage positive interactions in new settings and situations with collars, clickers, and leads. Get all your bondage equipment at Petco. That's where I buy mine. Stop the shock. We're saying no to shock collars. Guys, I'll share a funny ass story with you before I move on, as I'm trying to keep today rapid, but this story. So I had told someone to get a shock collar for their dog, and they kept telling me that it was inhumane and shit. And I said, well, they make some ones that spray an unpleasant odor from the collar, okay? And some of them they spray like shit. What's that stuff they put in the candles? And my brain's not all here today. The camping candles to chase off the insects. Fuck, the name's right there at the edge of my fucking tongue, and I can't get it out. Maybe one of you assholes knows. Nice. So, hey, Beanie, I figured you were going to be asleep. I was trying to be sneaky. Yeah, well, you lay low and take it easy then, man. So, Citronella, thank you, Z Oliver. I knew one of you guys would have my back. Thanks, man. Everybody else is just carrying on. Oliver's got my back. Citronella spray collar. And so they were like, well, I don't know. So I ordered it, showed up at the house, and I was out back, and I look over and see the box, and I'm fucking crazy. You guys know that. I look at the thing, and I'm like, I wonder how effective that thing really is. And so I get the bright idea that I'm going to put this damn thing on, and I'm going to try it, right? So this is the funniest fucking story, y'all. So I take the collar out of the box, and I check it, I make sure it's all hooked up, and I stuck it to my throat, and I'm all, woof, woof, woof. I'm being all careful, and nothing's happening, right? And I'm like, okay, thank you, Isabel. All right, woof, woof. And then I'm like, nothing, huh? And I was like, well, maybe it's got to be hooked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Doesn't have enough pressure or something, right? So here I am strapping the real X Star. You get to catch this story. Is fantastic. So I put the damn collar around my neck and hook it up, and I'm standing there in the yard, and I go, woof, woof. I start out real low, like I'm kind of nervous about it, right? And it's got this like little circle. It's got the liquid in it and shit, and so I'm all woof. Start out real low. Then I'm like, well, fuck it, right? I'm like, and it goes and sprays this shit out, right? And it's like citronella essential oil. And I'm all, and I start yelling. And because I'm yelling, it keeps shooting. And I'm like, I'm trying to reach behind my neck, get this fucker off. I hit the pool deck. It's fucking, hey, Billy Bob. I'm laying on my side on the pool deck. And I'm reaching back and trying to get this fucker off. I get it off, I throw it. I kept yelling, it blasted me like 10 fucking times, right? And I'm like, shit! And I'll yell at it, and I look up, and my neighbor is looking over the fence, and they go, well, that was something. I'm like, you watch yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you've seen nothing. And he starts laughing. He goes, I ain't never seen no shit like that. He goes, I didn't think you were going to get it off of you. I was going to hop over there and help. I said, what are you going to do? Cut it off with a knife? He's like, I guess. So, yeah, there's my fun story about a citronella spray collar. And no, I didn't get hurt. No, it's not going to hurt the fucking dog. I hate that fucking show, but basically that's how I felt. I'm so fucking dumb sometimes, y'all. But I have fun, right? That's the important part. So let's get back into these articles so I can catch up. I'm going to sit here and tell stupid fucking stories all night. Or maybe I will. I'm too tired. This is a new story. A couple of these actually came from today and yesterday, which is why I felt the need to go ahead and get all these out there. This one was updated just 7 hours ago. It was published September 22nd of 2021. What is today? Yeah, it's 22nd. I was about to say I'm losing track of my days. This is from South Carolina. Williamsburg County Sheriff's Office says a man has been arrested after his dog attacked someone and they suffered life-threatening lacerations. I have 2 or 3 versions of this story, so we'll just cut through all 3 of them. Sheriff's Office says that John Earl Burgess, 65 of Kingstree, was arrested and charged with owning a dangerous animal and allowing it to be unconfined, resulting in injury. Wanton endangerment, as I'm constantly pointing out, and Phil Collins has pointed out. The Sheriff's Office says the arrest was a joint operation between them and Williamsburg County Environmental Services. Williamsburg County Office and Williamsburg County Environmental Services makes arrest in a Randolph street dog attack. And according to investigators, Williamsburg County deputies and Williamsburg County, God, they just keep saying it, responded to Randolph Street and Service. The sheriff's office says they were called in reference to an animal attack, and upon arrival, deputies say the victim was transported to the hospital to be treated for life-threatening injuries caused by the animal attack. They keep saying animal. It's like they're dancing around saying dog. The victim suffered major lacerations and flesh tears on their body that resulted in extended medical treatment, the sheriff's office had said. Deputies say an investigation into the incident revealed that Burgess was positively identified as the owner of the 3 pit bull terriers responsible for the attack. Further information revealed that the dogs previously had shown aggression on multiple occasions, and deputies say Burgess still let them roam freely. Constant problem, as we all know on this channel. He was transported to the detention center, but deputies say the investigation is ongoing. Okay, so I have a couple of updates to this. So, we'll get right into that. Hey, Maurice, thank you. I appreciate that. We like compliments here while we're on the subject. Everybody has to behave. I've talked to the moderators, and I can say it to Isabel too. We're going to start having a 0 tolerance policy around here. So y'all watch your booties, because we watching you. People will be silenced or blocked if they have to be. We don't want to take it there, but I'm not dealing with any more bullshit. Okay, so everybody behave. Damn it. Listen to your mother. Okay, here we go. This is one about this Alabama man. I don't know how many of you actually heard this story today. It's just terrible to know that this is even happening, but it's happening. And so, that's the shit. So yeah, you heard me, Isabel. Thank you. Ditch, I wanted to let you know. So yeah, this one, I'm sure some of you guys heard about this with the Alabama gentleman. Terrible story. Very recent. This was published at 1:35 p.m. today. 70-year-old Southeast Alabama man killed in dog attack. A Southeast Alabama man had been killed in a dog attack while he was out simply taking a walk. The Phoenix City Police were dispatched at 2 a.m. Tuesday to the 100 block 17th Avenue on report of a dog bite. When officers arrived on the scene, they found the 70-year-old victim on the ground with a serious injury to his left arm. Frank J. Cobb was treated on the scene and then transported to Piedmont Columbus Regional Hospital. He was later moved to the Atlanta hospital where he died. Williams said officers search. Whoa, this article's acting up. Easy, computer. Whoa, we got an ad popping up. That's why. There we go. Officers searched the area for the animal. Animal again. You notice they just keep dancing around the word dog, but had no luck in finding it at the time of the incident. A dog was later discovered on Highway 431 South, dead after being struck by a vehicle. Okay. The dog matched the description of the animal that had attacked Cobb. It was a pit bull, Williams said. Love how they finally said. The dog was sent to the lab for testing. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Phoenix City Police. So that's fun. Woohoo. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Yeah, we got to go into 0 tolerance. But the moderators we have are very careful, so they know to be safe. You still on the rum, Terrence? Well, enjoy yourself, honey. You deserve it. Imagine living 70 years only to get mauled by a worthless mutt. Disgusting. Billy Bob has a very good point. I really hate to see that. You see these children that are very young and then are elderly and just people being it's just so fucking unfair and disgusting. It's just so unnecessary. It really is. Aaron, good to see you. Let's see. Hans. Hey, Hans, good to see you. We got Terrence. We got Maurice. Billy Bob's up in here. Hell, we're doing good. I didn't know. I was being sneaky. I didn't want to make anybody feel pressure to have to stay up. But like I said, I had so many fucking emails. I had to deal with this. Yes, from earlier today. You dang right. All right, so let's hop into another story. Shit, man. Like I said, so this might be one of the supporting articles. Yeah, I believe it is. Ah, yes. The owner of 3 vicious dogs is charged after a life-threatening animal attack in South Carolina. Let's give kudos to the state who didn't beat around and call it an animal or fuck around. First sentence, owner of 3 vicious dogs is charged after a life-threatening animal attack. The dogs brutally mauled one person who was rushed to the hospital with major lacerations and flesh tears about the body. And this is from Williamsburg County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say the attack happened on a residential street. Okay. Now officials have arrested 65-year-old Burgess. Okay. So this was the supporting article for the other. Like I said, my emails are way out of control right now. Sheriff's Office said it responded to the reported animal attack. While investigating the case, they discovered that the dogs previously showed aggression on multiple occasions and were allowed to roam freely and not be confined, which he was aware of. Okay, they posted about this on Facebook as well because that's what everyone does these days. Burgess is charged with owning a dangerous animal and allowing it to be unconfined, resulting in injury. Deputies in the Facebook post didn't say what happened to the dogs involved in the attack. They did not share the current condition of the person who was attacked. It said the injuries required extended medical treatment. This case is ongoing. And yeah, look, and just as I'm looking too, there's another story for, man charged, and this was an older story, man charged in a pack of dogs that was 7 deep that killed somebody. So there you go. It's that's fucked. Let's see. The one gentleman died. The one man did stay alive. Thank you, Joseph. Let's go back. Let's see here. We've got Phil Collins. These dog owners should be forced to pay for the victim's medical expenses. If these people had to be responsible more often, but as we all know, they like to just run when the shit happens. They just take off. So, Chef found Hans. That's great. Yeah, Phil also said, repeat. Thank you, Joseph. Billy Bob agrees with Phil. Let's see. When you paint, we should be done, sugar. We should be done with the cleanup. I should be done with that. And then we still have to rip out all that cabinetry and everything. So I'll throw up a video about that. It is a party up in this bitch. What's going down? Aaron says I'm going to be in and out. That's what he said. But that's how it goes. Sorry, I had to. You walked right into that one. Yes, he died. One other person had survived. Han says you will find me on 90% of all the Chinese dog eating videos. Actually, I've seen Hans on those videos too. You've seen me there a few times. Beba Big says, Hans, I know you. That's where I found Beba Big, I believe. So it's fantastic. The 70-year-old passed away. Yeah, he died, and he was damaged, like, to the point that he was in one hospital and was transferred to the Atlanta hospital and died later on. So he was hurt pretty badly. Yeah, prayers to his family. Need to start me a channel called Barking is Harassment. That's a good-ass idea. A couple people agree with you. Billy Bob, some of them never do. They get mauled by their own dog and still don't wake up. I'm constantly pointing that out. Real X-Star says, the other day while I was walking, I saw a worthless mutt barking at me and her damn dog nutter. So big. You're stupid. That was funny. Chef, those stories are disgusting and more frequent than people think. Yeah, thank you for hitting the like. Hey, Cosmo, you didn't miss it. There's one of my internet boyfriends. Hans, good to see you. Let's move on into the next story. I'm real glad to see y'all. I've got a little comedy to end the story with when we are done that Chef sent to me. For any of you guys who want to help with that kind of stuff, if you find any stories about dogs that are funny to help end everything on a comedic note, feel free to send it over. All right, so we've got, let's see. Oil City News. Someone was honored for saving a fellow citizen and dog from an attacking pit bull. Okay, so in Casper, Wyoming, citizen Jake Phillips was honored as a bright spot in the community during the Casper City Council meeting for bravery of which he demonstrated when a pit bull attacked another citizen this spring. So I mean, this is kind of good news, but in the same note, it's like we shouldn't even be having to apply. Oh man, good job for protecting another human from a vicious dog. You know, city prosecutor Jacqueline Brown said that Phillips happened across a vicious dog attack on May 23rd of 2021. Brown said that the pit bull had been roaming a Casper neighborhood when it came up to a citizen who was putting items in a Jeep that was parked in the parents' driveway. When the pit bull first approached, it seemed friendly. Don't they always? However, when the citizen's parents' dog came outside, the pit bull attacked the dog on the porch. Brown said the citizen tried to intervene as the pit bull started dragging the other dog down the street. The citizen, the pit bull, and the other dog, wound up in the middle of the road. Eventually, the pit bull took down the citizen. Phillips came running up moments after the pit bull attacked the citizen. Phillips tried to put the pit bull in a chokehold and communicated in a way that aimed to reassure the victim of the attack that things would be okay. This guy's badass. As he put pressure on the dog's neck, it finally unlocked its jaws, and both the human and the dog victims of the attack were able to get away. He said the pit bull was still raging and was trying to attack Phillips, but he was able to get a grip on its collar and keep it in a chokehold. The pit bull's owner eventually arrived and took the dog by a choke chain and took it back home. Brown said the citizen who had been attacked was amazed at his actions. He sacrificed his own personal safety and well-being to come to their rescue, adding to that what he did was one of the most selfless acts the victim had ever witnessed. After Brown presented the story, Mayor Steve Friel presented Phillips with a certificate commending him for his actions. So, hey, look at that. Somebody standing up for other people. Yeah, we'll get into the comedy one at the end. No, you probably couldn't keep up with me, Cosmo. It's okay. You're silly. I'm just fucking with you, man. No pressure. Let's see. What do we got? Telling a dog nutter that dogs are dangerous is like writing a book about how to read. Baby Big, I like you. I'm glad you're here. No, Chef sent the one I'm going to end with. It's a comedy story. And all of these stories, except for, I'd say about 15%, come from you guys. From Tarcisia, from T-Dog, from Joseph, from Yusuf sends all kinds of stuff. I've gotten shit from, shit, man. You guys, that's why my email's up. You run into stories, send them to me. T-Dog still sends 65% of the stories I go over. And Phil Collins also is a huge contributor. So thank you guys. I'm humbled by your help. When I first said in the beginning I can use help and do people send stories and help me out, I work a lot, I don't have time to do all this. They do. And they're friendly and they're polite. They're easy to deal with and talk to. And you can't ask for better people like that. And this is what makes our community good. So let's get into the rest of it. And second, you were like, and then another dog showed up. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Yeah, Cosmos, Real X Star. I love the emojis Real X Star does. So yes, thank everybody. I've been trying to send more Ashley, and I'm super busy. Oh, honey, no. Do your thing, man. Some people have more time than others. We have a couple of people in our groups that are on permanent disability, people that work from home, shit like that. So like that. I understand. I don't know why you're proud of that, Ban All Dogs, but that's you. Let's see. Drugs seem to make the dogs docile. Yeah. Deport dogs, aka Ashley. Joseph, if you have time and you run into articles, send them to me. Some people have more spare time than others. Yeah, that's it. As long as you're nice here, you can do whatever you want in your free time. But yeah, that was really cool. This guy, He really did go out and help when most people don't. They stand by and watch people get mauled. How often do we see in these videos where there's people that just walk by, they don't even care, doesn't slow them down at all? They're not bothered by someone else being hurt or anything like that. And that shit makes me sick. So to hear a story about a dude who literally jumped in to save the day and held on to the dog, and that's fucking wonderful. We got to take our wins where we can get them, right? So let's hop into the next thing here. Yeah, a lot of people freeze up, Cosmo. A lot of people freeze up when the whole situation. Most people freeze up in lots of emergency situations. Generally, a lot of people have trouble. They're fearful, you don't know what to do, you know, and people just, and they think, that they can't stop them. That's not true. Canine Critic proved that when she was telling our story today. She was being chased by a dog, and instead of allowing it to chase her, she turned around and chased it, and she's tiny. She pointed that out. She's like 100 pounds. She turned around and starts chasing the fucking dog and barking and screaming at it. It runs away. She goes, fuck it, I'm going to keep chasing it. It's what it would have done to me, right? So she keeps chasing it. It like went through a fence and to get away from her. It was scared to fucking death. You just have to be the scarier individual. Otherwise, if the dog knows it's dominating you, then that's it. So let's get into another article. Like I said, I've got so many. I had to knock some of these out, and I had a little bit of energy while I was drinking my lovely lavender honey chamomile tea, which I am very much enjoying. And, okay. Fuck. So, this article is from yesterday. It was updated. And this Palatine accused of negligence over dog attack in Elmwood Park that mirrors a May attack. So let's just get right on into this. If the fucking article will show up. Now it's being stupid. Well, I'm going to back out of it and try again, shall we? Oh, it's being a huge asshole. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that because I'm not going to waste time dicking around with an article. If you don't want me, I don't want you. Whoa. Hey, Pujik, nice to see you. Dogs are worse than cockroaches. I completely agree. CC is a badass, like I said, and they don't like it when you push back. Carry a screwdriver. I tell people, wear steel-toe boots. Okay? They always, Terrence is right, attack the small, the weak, the elderly. Never see a dog attacking an NFL linebacker. Terrence is right, though. Terrence is right. This article comes from Phil Collins. Speaking of Phil Collins, I believe this is an update on an older story we covered. No, this is a recent one. September 21st of 2021. No charges to be filed after a dog was fatally shot by a horse rider on a trail in Libertyville. Go horse rider. I've said that before. Hell, I'd just carry a gun and kill that thing if I have to. No charges will be filed against a horse rider who shot and killed a dog following an incident on the Des Plaines River in Libertyville earlier this year. The Lake County Forest Preserve Ranger Police responded around 5:10 p.m. on April 16th. Okay, so it was from earlier. On the trail, a person was walking with their unleashed dog on the trail, according to a statement from the Lake County Forest Preserve Ranger Police. There was an incident between the dog and a horse and its rider on the trail. Incident. A horse rider who had a concealed carry license shot the dog. The dog died at the scene. Let me take this chance to stop and remind everyone who likes to talk about having a gun. You have to be careful. You're not supposed to discharge a firearm within city limits. Be ready to deal with some type of legal ramifications if you do. The best thing to do is have your gun completely registered, be safe, all of that shit. Take care of yourself. Look into the laws in your area. Don't just think you can hop out and use a weapon on just anything. I use the steel-toe boots in the hands. You can't really get in trouble if you kill them with your bare hands. The horse was taken via trailer to a local veterinarian to be treated for injuries. No humans were injured during the incident. Lake County Forest Preserve Communications Specialist Kimberly Mikas said the case has been closed. No charges were filed following the investigation. Forest Preserve issued a reminder to the public that dogs must be leashed at all times while in the forest preserves and trails, or your dog might get shot by some. They didn't say that part. I'm saying that. Hey, Jade, good to see you. Oh, we're all happy to see Jade. Talk about a mismatch: 1,500-pound and working animal and armed rider versus dog. Look, see, Cosmo's got a great point. Joseph says dogs need to be banned by global law. If you run for president, you got my vote. Yep. Legal, lethal self-defense. Dogs is euphoric to hear. And getting away with it, I mean, it feels good. Use a cordless nail gun. They have those salt rifles that shoot pecks of salt. Go for that, right in the eye. Yeah, I agree. They aren't terribly bright creatures. Hans, we were glad to have you while we did, man. So you take care and have a wonderful night, man. For real. We're so happy to have you here. And we got a couple more emails I'm going to cover, and then I'm going to hop out of here. So we've got dogs shot by cops. Okay, let's get into this article. Sorry, it's the picture they had. Looks like he's grabbing his junk. This is from, okay, so a little warning. This is a pro-dog article from the Animal Legal Defense Fund, and by animal they mean dog shot by cops, companion animals, and law enforcement. I'm going to breeze through this because it's really fucking dumb. But I know we all like to hear about the stupid shit they're doing, and if you've got enemies, you like to stay up to date on their stupidities. When a police officer kills someone's companion animal, it deeply affects the animal's human family. I don't know, what about the human families of the, they don't care about that, I'll shut up. As well as the officer, the neighborhood, and the community. Yes, we're all real torn up about Fluffy. This sad situation is all too common, and the Animal Legal Defense Fund fields many calls asking for advice. Unfortunately, there is rarely a clear path to justice. The Animal Legal Defense Fund is a proud sponsor of the award-winning documentary Of Dogs and Men, which brings to light the need for humane dog training for police officers to avoid unnecessary deaths of dogs. If you guys haven't watched this documentary, it is documentary. I always do that. It is mind-numbing. Okay, I just want you to know. So before you watch it, and you're like, Ashley, what'd you do to me? Now I lost some brain cells and I can't do math anymore. I warned you. Let's start with the law. Companion animals are treated by the courts as personal property. When an animal is harmed, a lawsuit must show damage to the owner. Damages are sometimes measured by the market value of the animal. What? Shit? When I have to give you back turds? States including Alaska, Florida, Hawaii, and New York have demonstrated openness to cases that request relief beyond an animal's market value. Emotional distress of the owner and the animal's intrinsic value may be considered in some cases. Get the fuck out of here. Why would an officer shoot a dog? Perceived threat. The main reason an officer makes the decision to shoot an animal is due to a perceived threat from the animal. People can protect their dog and the officer by eliminating or reducing any direct contact between the dog and the police officer. It's advisable to keep your dog under control, follow leash laws, and keep dogs indoors if possible. During law enforcement neighborhood searches and 911 calls. Do you hear what they just said? They're like, hey, put your dog on a leash and keep them confined when the cops are around. No, how about all the fucking time, you assholes? Actual threats. Some animals have been bred and trained as weapons by their owners and handlers, or are genuinely aggressive when provoked. So yeah, they're going to shoot that dog. Unleashed dogs. Common factor in these tragedies. Whether at play or being protective, keep your dog under control and out of harm's way to reduce the risk of heartbreak for everyone. They just go on with this crap. A protective dog. Sometimes an owner's pet dog may simply be barking or acting protectively as they are inclined to do when they perceive a threat or even simply observe or encounter a stranger. Yeah, we all know. We can't even walk down I can't even exist in my back fucking yard without something barking at me. So we're very well aware that your dog's protective. As I covered in a story before with the dog that nipped at my son and they tried to tell me he was being protective, he wasn't protective when I came over banging on the fucking door demanding justice. The thing was pissing all over itself. I'm not buying this protective guise that you guys like to put on this bullshit. It's bullshit is exactly what it is. Dangerous breed. Sometimes dogs are killed just because they appear to be a dangerous breed. If your dog can be perceived as a dangerous breed, such as a pit bull, Rottweiler, Doberman Pinscher, or German Shepherd, the risk factor increases exponentially. Take extra precautions to properly restrain and crate your animal. You should have been doing that in the first place. Ugh. And then they tell them, what can you do? You contact a legal representative, you contact law enforcement, report the shooting to 911 and ask for an immediate investigation. Give me a fucking break. After the cop shoots your dog, call 911. Do not move or tamper with anything. Share all the information and documentation of the incident with law enforcement, including witness contact information. Keep a copy of whatever you turn into law enforcement. If the officer involved discharged his or her weapon, law enforcement may be already conducting an investigation. You remember that cop that shot the dog and then complained about the cost of the bullet? That guy's my hero. If law enforcement does not undertake an investigation, and if possible, before moving your dog, take photographs of the dog and the exact position of where it was shot. These fucking psychotic people, throw that thing in the damn garbage. And then just go on and on. Determining liability, protecting your pup, steps law enforcement. I just improve leadership skills and just on and on and on with their bullshit. These people are so fucking deranged. Thanks, Joseph. I don't think they'll let me run for president. I'm not rich. So yes, sadly, 90% of all dog articles are pro-dog. Jade is very correct. I had a dog shot by a cop. Just the title makes me laugh. The dog gets shot. It's a fucking dog. It's fine. Exactly. It is sad, Terrence says, that we as a human have to go against others for no reason other than wanting to stroke a dog. Really is weird that I have to ask someone to stop the barking. If you hear it, I hear it. Very good point. A lot of people don't mind barking, and I have no idea why. I've never understood that either. Doesn't that bother you, hearing that all day? I'd scream, shut. I do. I yell at the ones out back. I'll yell out loud, yes, I know. I'm not allowed to exist in my own yard. Shut the fuck up. And I'll throw rocks at my own fence, and then the neighbors come out and get the dogs and take them inside. Kind of gets stupid fucking barking dogs fucks with your anxiety. It's a well-known fact. It raises blood pressure. Phil Collins said, I found it really takes some of these dog owners by surprise when you start taking pictures of them with their dogs off leash. It does. It fucks with people. And while we're on, that cop is his stepdad. Do you want him to be your dad? Phil Collins is, so I only take pictures of the off-leash dogs that are more dangerous breeds. And he does. He's real good about that shit. He and I have talked about that. Smart guy, Phil Collins. Smart fucking guy. So let's see what we got. I think I go through at least one more until we get into our comedy. And then at least I got rid of a bunch of these. It's just stacking up. Let's see. I think this one was important. Yeah, they're all important. I also think this one came from T-Dog. Dangerousness hearing set for Fall River dog after bite that sends mail to the hospital. This came from September 21st of 2021. And this article, they're dog this, dog that, Fall River reporter, picture of a dog looking scary and bright red, so you give them an applause for actually keeping it real. A dog and owner in Fall River are up for a dangerousness hearing after the pet bit a city resident. According to Lieutenant Gregory Wiley, Animal Control stated that on August 21st, 2021, a tan male shit bull escaped from it. They didn't say any of the dogs' names today. I'm pretty stoked about that. Escaped, but I didn't get to make any jokes. From a fenced yard on Lincoln Avenue and bit a male in the abdomen who was walking in that area. The victim was treated at a nearby hospital for his injury. Animal Control has notified him on the incident on August 24th, 2021 and put a 10-day quarantine on the dog. Of course they did. The dangerousness hearing is scheduled for September 30th of 2021. So there will be more on that soon. Couple of these people that help me with this, like T-Dogs, are really good at sending the updates too. Okay, so let's do this one. Another one of our elderly. This was published 1 day ago. Like I said, there's so many stories that if I take like a day or two off, I'm like, shit, I've got to go do this and get this shit out of here. I'm going to end up with 50,000 emails. So, like I said, came from a day ago, Austin, Texas. 70-year-old Travis County woman's recovering in the hospital after she was attacked by a stray dog. Boyce Brown's wife, Alexis Montgomery, was bitten by the dog Saturday night, an attack he thinks never should have happened. Animal control seems unable to get their priorities straight, he said. Frankly, the way they operated, I thought was a bit on the far side of the stupid line. There was no action until my wife lost part of her leg, and there was still no action. So yeah, this could have been prevented. The stray dog started hanging out around the couple's home on Thursday and barked and barked and barked and barked and barked and barked. My brain broke, I'm sorry, for 2 days. And we were all kind of concerned because we'd never seen this dog before and it looked kind of sick. Neighbor Nova Walsh contacted emergency services about the dog for the first time on Friday, as did Montgomery. They said it would take anywhere from 2 to 72 hours. Guys, when I had the police and animal control, it took them 9 minutes to show up. 9 minutes. And I have a little update on that. Austin Animal Services says the 72-hour policy is only for confined strays, adding that the policy for an unconfined stray is a general broadcast over our in-truck radio system. One day after she notified Animal Protection, Montgomery was attacked in her driveway. It was a blur. I just remember he attacked my leg and I started screaming, she said from her hospital room while prepping for surgery on Monday. When I got there, my God, this is not a dog bite. This dog bit a large chunk out of her leg, and it's just terrible, like bleeding all over. Montgomery says her wound is 3 to 4 inches wide and 1 to 2 inches deep, all the way down to the muscle. Rabies shots are also very painful. I feel okay, but they've been giving me antibiotics, flushing my body with antibiotics. They're going to do a skin graft tomorrow and then another wound pack. Wound packs are terrible. I've had a few. Immediately following the attack, Brown had contacted 311, telling them his wife had just been bit. I think maybe this is a different. They didn't say, so we'll just stick with that. Telling them his wife had been bit. Still, he felt nothing had changed. You say it's 2 to 7 days because the dog hasn't attacked someone. Now the dog's attacked someone, and you say, oh, we can't change the schedule. Is that bureaucracy running rampant, or are we talking about intelligence levels here? I don't know, but it seems ridiculous. According to the Olahan, okay, I was wondering, Animal Protection first received a call about the dog on September 17th, put out a general broadcast over their radio system. At 6:30 p.m. on September 18th, she says they were contacted by Montgomery's husband calling about the attack. Only one officer was on shift, so no one contacted the family until 12:30. No officers arrived on scene until 3 p.m. that day to set a trap. I'm very disappointed in our city and county services for this type of thing, especially with so many people contacting them. He has a good point. One neighbor says the dog tried to attack her while she was walking with her 3-year-old son in a stroller. Thankfully, a passing motorist was able to intervene. She says she did not report the incident until she found out that the dog had also attacked Montgomery, something she says she regrets and should have done. Fuck. Man. Oh, guys. Animal control should consistently entirely of anti-dog people. They're mostly zoophiles, and I'm not exaggerating, unfortunately. Chef is not exaggerating, unfortunately. Cosmo says pit bulls are kind of like orcs from Lord of the Rings. Not only do they tend to attack anything they see as vulnerable, they are also hard to predict or control in any meaningful way. It's a good point. Terrence says, it's a shame we actually have to deal with these things. If there's a decent complaint, kill the mutt. I totally agree. Fuck Fluffy. All right. Caesar Milan went down on his pit bull. Terrence, you're so awesome. Saw HD's video of the dog nutter kissing this thing. Oh, God, that grossed everybody out. I must have got 2 or 3 emails like, I can't fucking look at it. So let's do our comedy, shall we? I think we're all ready for some comedy. And then we can relax for the night. And I'm going to relax. And we can all just take it easy and be happy and do our people thing. And, real quick update. The crackhead that was bitching at me yesterday, and I had to have animal control and the police show up. So I was working at the house today, and I did the live stream. And so everybody watched me do the smoke damage thing. And it's mostly y'all talking amongst each other, and I appreciate that. Well, it was like, I don't know, I want to say 20, 40 minutes after I shut down the live stream and turned on the camera. And I was walking out of the house, dragging shit in and out as I'm doing the construction. And she pulled in her truck, and she looked right over at me, and I looked right at her, and neither of us looked happy, you know. And I kept doing what I was doing. I had this real fucking shitty when I've got a death stare, and she had one on her face too. You know, neither of us were happy. Well, I seen her get out of her work truck, and she goes to walk in her house, and she kind of turns on her heel toward me, turns on her heel back to the house, turns around again, and at this point I look up, and she goes, "Hey man, can I talk to you?" And which I found was ironic because that was what I said yesterday that caused the whole problem. And I said, "Yes, of course you can talk to me." And she came over and she says, "Look, man, I'm real sorry about yesterday and the way I was talking and acting." And I was like, "Yeah, I found it a little odd, especially when I was trying to be very polite to you." And she's like, "Yeah, I haven't been feeling good. I'm getting old." And I said, "Oh, I know emotions run high when it comes to talking to someone about their dogs." She goes, "Yeah, but I really am sorry." I'm like, "Well, I appreciate that. I accept your apology, but I want you to know that that doesn't change anything that I said, okay, or any of the calls that made." And she says, "I know. No, listen, okay? I moved all my lawn chairs and furniture." She had like furniture up against the fence, and apparently the dogs were using the furniture to jump over the fence. And I'll just clarify here. I'm not saying any of this stuff's going to happen. I'm just telling you what she said. And she says, "I moved all the furniture away." She says, "And I won't be bringing them out front without the leashes on anymore." And I had some coyote roller. And for those of y'all that aren't desert people, y'all are cracking me up. Coyote roller is a strange, like, it's kind of a reverse barbed wire that they put over fence to keep coyotes from being able to hop over or under the fence to get to their dogs. You can also use that to keep your dog from, it's like a prison thing. Like I said, reverse razor wire. And so she put that along the top of the fence to keep them from being able to jump out. And I looked over and she actually did. Okay. But like I said, the cops showed up and animal control. I was not fucking around. And I said, "Hey, I really appreciate your efforts." I said, "And it's not unfair of me to not want them shitting and pissing down the front of my house." All right. And "What's up, Canine Critic?" And she goes, "No, it's not. You shouldn't have to deal with piss and shit from my dogs. You're right. It's my problem. It's my shit to deal with my dogs." Now, we all know she wouldn't be saying that if the police and animal control hadn't shown up. But I don't give a fuck how it came along. I'm just glad that the bitch is seeing things properly, right? And then she's all like, "You need anything for this job, man? I can help you with this and that." And I said, "Nah, I'm good, man." And then she goes, "Man, you have a death stare on you." I was like, "So do you." She goes, "I know, but like I looked and I'm like, man, that chick," she said, "you're kind of fucking scary." "I'm very nice." And she goes, No, you're really nice, which is why I wanted to apologize. I'm really fucking sorry, man. You're a good person. You're a hard worker." I said, "Fair enough. Let it be." And I said, while we're on subject, ease up on your dope dealing. Start leaving the house to go and do it or something. I mean, I don't know what the hell you're selling over there that everybody's so crazy about, but you need to work on that, and you need to know that I'm not the only person that's noticed, and everybody talks about it. The landlord's brought it up, so you might want to chill. And she goes, "Oh, yeah." And you tell she was about to like argue with me about it, like, what drugs? You know what I'm saying? "Hey, Yusuf." Instead, she goes, "Yeah. Yeah." Okay. Oh, petition to send all dogs to Skinwalker Ranch. I love it. The dog is barking at me. It's scarier and getting jumped in 5 nights at Fred. Slime, I'm glad to see y'all. So we're about to wrap up the live stream with our comedy. You guys ready for that? Chef sent us this, so we can all thank Chef for that. She's real good about that. She knows I like to end things on a funny note. So she sent me a couple funny stories. I've gotten a few from Phil Collins. A lot of them I looked up myself because I'm a fucking dork. Here we go. God damn it. This is from May of 2021. I'm already giggling. India YouTuber arrested for flying dog with helium balloons. I gotta hold up. I gotta show y'all this picture. And then I'll read you the story, but I want you to all just see the picture. Let me hold on. That's not my ex. Okay. Here we go, y'all. Shit. I can't. Okay. Mr. Sharma has more than 4 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. So we must not be the only people who find this funny. Shit. Losing my motherfucking mind. The best stepdaughter ever, chef. Alright. Gaurav Sharma, 32 years old, shot a video showing his dog attached to balloons, which he then let go off as the pet starts to fly into the air. A few seconds later, someone in the balcony of the second floor of a building catches the dog. Mr. Sharma said he followed all safety measures, but deleted the video after social media backlash. He had posted the video on his YouTube channel, which has over 4 million subscribers. Police say they have arrested Mr. Sharma after receiving a complaint against him from animal welfare organization People for Animals, or PFA. It looks like they planned this, okay? Like someone caught the dog at the second story. I don't know, but either way, he was arrested for cruelty to animals after posting a video with the hydrogen balloons on its back, risking its life. In the clip, Mr. Sharma is standing atop a car, and his dog can be seen strapped with the helium balloons. He lets go of the dog at one point, and the pet starts floating into the air briefly as it goes up to the second floor of a building. Someone appears to catch the dog as it floats up. Cheers can be heard in the video as the person appears to be saving the dog. To me, like I said, this seems like it was set up and everybody's freaking out. Mr. Sharma later uploaded an apology and explained that he took all safety measures while making the video with his dog. Okay, so like I said, seemed planned. In this video, he says that he was influenced by other YouTube videos he had watched doing similar stunts. He asked viewers not to be influenced by his actions in the video. Goes on to say that he's a pet lover and treats Dollar, the dog's name, like a child. Now the fingering thing just got weird. But whatever. This motherfucker. Oh, Mr. Ballin. I'll watch that guy. Why are you mentioning that? Which stories did you listen to, Aaron? Oh, that was funny. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Shit. Yeah, make sure and check out Chef if you guys haven't. Of course. I usually say that. What? Nicola's here. Did I miss something? Guess I did. I didn't see him show up. He's sneaky, that guy. Snuck right in the door. Well, shit. I did not notice. Either way, Mr. Ballin is a good channel. I like watching some of his stuff. Let's see what else we got here. I think we're about wrapped up for the night. I'm fucking exhausted. Imagine some moron tying a bunch of balloons to you to achieve flight. The Peter Griffin levels of hilarity. For real. Tiger attacked a dog because the dog was bothering Tiger. We've seen that video. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. Thank you to everyone that made it onto the live stream tonight. So many stories. I got a whole bunch of emails done. I still have a shit ton, no joke. Let's take a look. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 10 more. But hey, it's way better. We did good. Always great to see you too, Cosmo. Thank you to the admins. You guys are the best. I cannot applaud you enough for being the tremendously wonderful people that you are. I feel truly honored and blessed to have some of the best admins on YouTube. I said I'm going to make a video called Admins Gone Wild. We've got the craziest admins on YouTube. Look at them. I'm going to come up with the whole thing because I'm a fucking dork. You guys know. Get some sleep, Beanie. Get to feeling better, man. Slime, it's good to talk to you. Terrence, you sugar. Good night. It was awesome. Thank you, Chef, for the content. Thank you to Phil Collins. Tacos Gone Wild. Everybody check out Chef if you haven't. There are other good pages starting. To the Real X Star, thank you. We got Nicola. Oh, you're late again. I'm so sorry, honey. We're glad to have you, though. And you can always watch the live stream later. You guys crack me the fuck up. I love every single one of you. Jade, I love you. You know that. I'm so happy to have seen you. And look forward to an interview with her and I in the future if I can still talk her into it. K9 Critic, make sure and check her out. She did a new video today. It's fantastic. Great video. And to everybody that made it and everyone that supports me and God, all the people that showed up for the fire damage video today. I really appreciate that. That was really nice of you guys. I was mostly just doing that to document. So, you know, thank you, everyone. I'm sure I'll have a shit ton more content, and we'll probably be taking a day off of technology and the internet as a whole tomorrow and just taking a whole ass break because I do that sometimes. Also, I'm tired and I got me some chemical burn going on. I've been treating it with shea butter, so it's looking real good. I'm going to go take a rest, get some sleep. I love y'all. Fuck Fluffy. Protect yourself and all that other good shit. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone.